right? And Dokapon Castle is just straight up better than a temple. Counter? He counter. I guess he's trying to give fake Kyo a chance.
Rico Jr. twice! Who can get Rico Jr.? He's in 2 places at once, guys. Holy frickaroni, guys. How did he do that? He just duplicated himself and went to Billy Mays.
Oh my god. Alright, what do I need to reach the 10? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, it looks like
5,
that clip reel is starting to act up.
3 or
I don't know why. It just seems to be doing it lately. Or maybe the maybe there's just not enough clips anymore. It might be based on like a certain amount of time. I don't know. Okay, yeah, that one's continuing. I guess just every time I run OBS, just refresh the thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna look that stuff in the
Be
background.
button by accident.
God dang it!
But how y'all doing? How are you all doing today? In this fine evening. I normally don't stream around this time. I mean, I used to normally stream around this time, but now I'm not.
Alright, it's okay.
Man,
Just
how the
let it
times have
all
changed. When I used to stream 7 p.m.
Okay.
Eastern US, and now I stream at 12 p.m. at noon.
I heard you wanted to go back to the castle.
Man,
Maybe I'll give you some aid.
man, oh man. Heads, no, tails, yes. Okay. Okay, I got heads, so no.
No, do it. I agree.
Oh, no.
Hey, you have consent. You have consent.
I have consent, but I don't have to oblige to the consent.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
What you broke, say?
I'm sorry, what?
Bro, really scared. I don't have to apply to consent. Clip that, everyone. It'll be you got court.
To your consent. To your yes. So if you say yes, I don't have to
Bro, really
don't
said,
have to-
I don't need consent no more.
I don't need to hear your consent.
No, that's not what I said. That is not what I said.
I took away all her close relationships.
Mm-hmm.
From the moment she stepped out of the Bonajade Exchange, every casino in the cosmos would remember her name. But her parents and siblings would sever ties with her, and it would be impossible for Stacy to make any real
Pepe heads. She told Stacy's parents. Why is her name Stacy? Yeah, she had to tell Stacy's mom that she has it going on. I'm not sorry. I am not sorry.
So anyway, here's a haiku. Dokapon Kingdom. Just chilling with the homies. Sarge is a bottom. A haiku by Nanatan.
Nice.
Beautiful. Clip that.
Don't clip it. In fact, burn it.
Wait, no, 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 no.
Ah, yeah, I see you acting up again. I see you not loading that one clip.
No, 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 no.
Actually, let me
No, no,
check
no, no,
that
no.
clip real
Oh
quick.
my
Maybe there's actually something
It's
wrong.
just so huge.
I
It's
should
just so
do something about that.
huge. Wait. Hold up.
Okay,
Hold up.
check clips.
Okay, can you?
Wait. What if it's because of the fact that Twitch added the new like vertical thing? Like you could set your clips to be like vertical if you want to. Or like you have like a vertical format and then you have like the normal format. Ooh, that might be what it is. That might oh.
I've gone crazy. I 100%.
I'm noticing that my bit rate is being a little weird. Apparently it's on the yellow for some reason.
It's not much.
Okay, actually I do have a lot of things up.
Whoa.
Okay, you know what? You're right. I do have a lot of things up. Okay. Okay, OBS, I understand. Okay. Let me remove some more stuff. Because I do realize I actually do have more stuff than I should. I'm actually not using my model today, so make sure everything else is good. That's theory crafting stuff, which I'm probably going to be doing before I start the game. Actually, I might have model up for like a minute because I do want to talk about what's going to be happening this week. But otherwise,
leave the Astana system.
yeah. Otherwise, yeah. I think I should have model up. Okay, let me start VTube Studio on my phone real quick. Because I initially planned to not have it because we're playing Slay the Spire.
I see.
Sorry, I was being silent there because I needed to calibrate. But
Also, excuse me.
calibrating
I was
it,
a
by the way.
laugh and a burp at the same time.
Okay, but I initially did want to do model because I'm just gonna be playing Slay the Spire, and I do have a PNG specifically for Slay the Spire, which is like the Guardian, the Guardian boss for Act 1.
Yes, you must super.
And it's just recolored into my own colors.
Wait, what?
But yeah.
I strike her.
Did you
Super
really?
fast.
They make sure I have
Even
everything
if you
else
strike,
that's
you can auto-
unnecessary
Wait,
that I
does
don't
she
need
also color
opened.
I strike?
Okay, we got bingo. We have
Oh,
Windows
you
that
actually did.
wants to stay. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh my God.
I don't see anything else
I
that
tried to
needs
tell
to be dealt
I
with
tried
in
to
particular.
tell her.
So
He did warn you.
let me go to studio mode real quick.
Hey, you have consent.
And
You have consent.
I have consent, but
Sunday
I don't have
style,
to
my
oblige to
model.
Wait a minute.
because you don't always.
Oh, wait.
I mean,
Oh
if
my
it's a
goodness.
content creator, you
I
can't
s-
just be like, oh. I
Despite
can only
me,
be happy
oh wait,
when
no,
it's
it's not actually
because
colored.
it's okay to feel
I thought I
like-
color coded this.
right.
Okay,
Because
you
you're
color
human.
coded like purple.
If you only feel
There you go.
happy, and you only ever feel happy, then there's probably
There
something
you
wrong. And we should
go.
probably,
Okay.
I probably would say get therapy. I know it's like, but
Now
you're
we can
happy.
finally start
You don't need
to
therapy. No, you
transition onto
probably
everything
should.
else.
You probably.
Do, 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 do. Okay, anyway. Hi. But yeah, as you can see, I do have the PNG like shaken in the bottom right there. I'm keeping it there because why not? But welcome to a new week, a new month. In fact, actually, it is now October 1st. I will say I do have plans. I initially had plans to do something for the whole month, but I think for the sake of my sanity, I think I'm not gonna do the thing that I initially wanted to do for the whole month. I'm gonna specifically do that for only okay. Actually, when is October 31st? What day is it? It's on a Thursday. Okay, I'll do whatever the thing I feel like on October 31st. So obviously, as you could tell, the thing I'm planning is Halloween related, but yeah, I'll do that on that day because at the moment I think I just have a lot on my plate right now. mostly IRL related stuff that I need to watch out for. So if anything happens, I'll tell you in the Discord, on Twitter, yada. The rules. And so do I. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about what's gonna be happening this week because yeah, this is kind of normal. I'm gonna be honest with you. Tuesday is today. Hi. We are actually streaming at 7 p.m. I know. Very, very foreign concept. A 7 p.m. stream. but okay, but unironically, I used to stream at 7 p.m. Like this is when I used to normally stream, like years ago, like 2 years ago at least. But now I started to be like, oh man, I feel like streaming at 12 p.m. is better for me. Okay, so main reason being is because I tend to hang out with my IRL friends like in the night. So if I hang out, if I stream, then I'm not gonna be able to hang out with them. And yeah, so I am gonna say right now that I do want to limit the stream duration maximum like 3 hours. So yeah. What is this icon? Warn. Oh, there's a new warn thing now. You can like warn people. It's like, oh man, this person's doing something sus. I'm gonna put warn because I'm concerned about that behavior. But otherwise, yeah. Okay, good to know. Good to know. But we're gonna be playing the Slay the Spire board game. I am unsure if there's gonna be anyone joining, so I'm giving people who are interested in joining a probably like around 1 hour a 1 hour mark or like a grace period. So until 8 p.m., which is in about like 47 minutes, if there's no one that I know who's joining me, then I will simply play by myself. Don't worry though. I may be not doing the game for 47 minutes, but I will technically also be talking about other stuff as well. So don't worry. I am also going to be talking about Slay the Spire, board game related stuff, theory crafting, because if you saw me on Twitter, I've been talking about how much I've been theory crafted about putting myself into the game. Okay, but yeah. Thursday will be Pure Fiction for Star Rail, and there's a mini game event. I don't know how long that event lasts, so whatever happens. I assume Pure Fiction is gonna be decently quick, and then mini games is mini games. We'll see what happens. If we do have time, which I don't think we will, we might even do Divergent Universe 7, 8. I actually tried to do Divergent Universe 7 with the whatchamacallit, with the weekly thing for DU, but turns out that doesn't unlock DU8. So I had to do a normal extrapolation in order to unlock Divergent Universe 8. So I had to do that in my own time. Because I'm gonna be honest, I normally just play the cyclical one, the weekly. So yeah, because the reason being is because it gives you more synchronicity points, which is more XP for your for level ups, for that particular thing there. But the thing is, I'm less inclined to do it because it doesn't give you anything. Because they mentioned that if you do Divergent Universe 7 or 8, it doesn't give you anything. It's just there for like bragging rights. So I I don't have to do it. Right. But yeah. I guess I can understand why they didn't do Divergent Universe 7 and 8 on they don't count 7 and 8 for whatchamacallit, the cyclical, the weekly, because you get some BS stuff for those. And it's probably like seeded or something. I don't know. But yeah. As for Saturday, I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe a stream, maybe not a stream, maybe a collab, maybe not a collab. I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be talks about it. I've unconfirmed right now. I can't say for sure. So whatever happens. I will talk about it when Saturday comes, or when it's Friday and I know if I have plans or not. and whatnot. So yeah. As for other news, let's see, YouTube related news. There is some YouTube related stuff actually. I have a YouTube video that before I do anything else, I'm gonna quickly mute the desktop audio because I need to check if this is correct or not. Checking because I did like do some slight edits with the last month's Kiyosekai. For those who don't know, Kiyosekai is it is a series where I put myself in other game universes, or I put other people, or other people's memories, or whatever. Last month was I put people's memories into light cones from Honkai Star Rail, and I really love doing that. I just love doing like kind of like theory crafting, just in general. Whether or not I'm good at art, whether or not I'm good at the game itself, irrelevant for me. I just like thinking, and yeah. But okay. I think I can realistically try to upload this video. I'm not gonna like upload it right now, but I do want to upload it. So let me. Where is Kiyosekai? Where's last month Kiyosekai? Where is last month's Kiyosekai? Wait, where is last month's Kiyosekai? Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay, so I am going to copy this. I'm going to reuse these. And then I'm gonna copy this. It's gonna be 9. Okay, let me see. Make sure we did this on the 28th of. Okay, 28th. Oh, hello. Oh, did I? Oh my god. I did also recently clean my keyboard and my mouse. My mouse I didn't really clean fully because I didn't want to take it apart too much. I cleaned it enough so that like the left click and right click isn't like doesn't have gunk inside of it. And I cleaned the keyboard so it doesn't have gunk inside of it, and, like hairs and stuff. I cleaned the keycaps as well, so I had to like take out the keycaps individually. Although most of the okay, there are a few keycaps that are completely like faded away. So namely my R key and my N key are completely faded, so there's like 0 like symbols in it. It's literally a blank keycap. So if I got rid of like the R and N, I would not know which one's the actual R, which one's the actual N, because the R and N are completely gone. I also a few other keys that I didn't clean up as well. The E key and the T key and the D key. I did not take out, or I took it out, but I only took it out for like a moment. Because those are starting to fade like enough that I may end up not knowing what they say or what they are. Also, the F key, arguably same thing as well, because I could confuse the F key for the P key, but the P key is perfectly fine, so I don't know. But yeah, the fact that like W is also fading a little bit as well. The M key, only a little bit, but not much. But yeah, it goes to show like what keys I'm using a lot of. Like the A key is also like fading a little bit too. It's like WASD is like fading. ER like is like fading. F fading. H apparently is fading. U is fading a little bit, and then the R and N I said like completely faded away. Is there any other keys that are like fading as well? Surprised F5 is fine. I like pressing F5. But I guess I don't like holding it a lot because you don't need to. You just tap it and that's it. Whereas like WSD, you're definitely like holding on to the keys because like if you're playing like a first person game, you want that you definitely gotta hold on to WASD because that's normally how you move in the game. Yeah, let me uh okay. Oh, yeah, I'm still trying to do the description and everything for the new video. All right. Okay. And then I don't think I need to. Yeah, I edited this one in particular, so. Okay, Kiyosekai. Oh, I need a thumbnail. I need a thumbnail. Uh, yes, you're seeing me do all this other stuff right here. Or you're not seeing me do it, but I'm like doing things in the background. Actually, I guess for the people not knowing what I'm doing, I'm gonna write it down. uh, okay, here we go. Let me make sure I have a thumbnail for this. I feel like I do. Okay, that's not it. That's not it either. Okay, I don't have a thumbnail for this. Okay, guess I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna yoink one. I know where to find it because I definitely put it somewhere. Uh, where is it? Donde está the thingy? No, not this one. The one. Alright, this one. Okay. Okay, good thing it's a JPEG that I can just yoink. Okay, because I like JPEGs because they're smaller than PNGs. And thumbnails have a limit of 2 megabytes. So if the thing is 2 megabytes or more, I can't use it. So it's great. Yeah. Okay. Let me also make sure I have other things. Kiyosekai. This is not slice and dice, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I Star Rail, HSR, Light Cone. I put my friends' names in there. Okay. Let me check what I have pasted or copied. Okay, that. Okay, that's fine. Do I know what tune I'm doing? Heck no, I don't. I just do things just because. Okay, anyway. That's definitely a bingo. Because for those of you who don't know, for the YouTube people, because I always like to upload my VODs to YouTube, I have a bingo. Every stream, I tend to put up a bingo. And one of them is me singing randomly. So there you go. I could voice activate this one, but I don't want to do it. There you go. Bingo. Events called. Kyo sings randomly. Even though I'm just humming a tune, but still. Tune is good enough. Right, guys? Okay. Hopefully my bitrate and everything is fine. Oh wait, have I uploaded it? Oh, I've not uploaded it yet. Okay. I'm gonna put this as unlisted for now. Okay, and then I'll sort it out later. Yeah, I'll do it later. Okay. Okay, 7:26. That means you got 40, not 40, 33 minutes left for people to join in. Because I know someone mentioned that they wanted to join me for Slay the Spire board game, so that's why I'm waiting. But yeah, let's see if there's anything else I need to do, like need other than uploading a video, because I uploaded the video. Also, I did hear something earlier, so let me check it out real quick. I have no idea, but it's okay. I'm sure someone handled it. Probably maybe a delivery that someone forgot to take. I don't know, but because I remember, I think there was the delivery. It was either yesterday or today. I forget. Man, the days are freaking blurring for me. But yeah. I don't think there's anything else I need to do that badly right now. So let's talk about the Slay the Spire board game, shall we? In fact, I am going to disappear now. And by disappear, I mean I'm going to get rid of my model. We're going to go into tabletop sim. because that's where we're doing it from. That was weird. I don't know what happened there. Okay, anyway, I no longer need to have my phone on VTube Studio no more. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know what the frick a Slay the Spire is, it is okay, not the board game, but the actual like game in general. It is a roguelike deck building game where you fight monsters and you improve your deck as you play, and it's really fun. It's really addictive. Okay, so I played Slay the. When did I first start playing Slay the Spire? When did I first buy this dang game? Not tabletop sim, because I've been having tabletop sim for a long while. But when did I buy this game, Slay the Spire? Account details. Maybe I could check my no, not store preferences. View. Excuse me. Purchase history. Okay. Where is Slay the Spire? Okay, July 10th of 2019 is apparently when I bought the game. Huh. Thought I played this game earlier than that. But apparently not. Okay. But I bought the game in 2019 and I really like playing the game. I only have 100 hours in the game, but I'm gonna be real with you. That number is definitely feels like a lie because I feel like I've played more Slay than no. It's because I have the game on my phone. I also have the game on my phone. So yeah, I play the game on my phone. I mostly play Ironclad on my phone, but everyone else, every other character, I like to. I'm okay playing on my PC. Ironclad is the guy that I just like default to, like whenever I just feel like playing, because he's my favorite. In my opinion, I'd say if Ironclad's my favorite because I don't know. I just like his playstyle. Exhausting, Unga Bunga, You name it. Right. But let's see. What else do I want? Well, I lost my train of thought. Uh, so anyway, bingo. Yes. Kyo loses his train of thought is a street bingo. So yeah. Anyway, both of those are actually in my own bingo card because I forgot to join the bingo. Anyway, so yeah, you go through each like the acts. There's like 4 acts technically. If we're being technical, 4 acts. 3 acts normally, and then as an act 4, if you collect like 3 keys by filling certain conditions, which are decently easy to do, and I decently being very loose here, but yeah. Ironclad's all about like you can do exhaust build, you can do just like a strength build, you can do quite a bit of stuff with Ironclad. Block build with like barricade. Silent, you can do poison, you can do shivs, you can do discard. I feel like discard is definitely the most consistent out of all of them, but silent's good. I like silent. Like silence is definitely a playstyle that I like doing because I like draw discard. Cycling is very nice. Defect I'd probably say is the one I'm least experienced with, or I feel like is the hardest for me personally. But I do really like defect as well. Defect's playstyle is all about, not all about, but you can do like orbs. You can do 0 cost. You can play specifically with a specific orb type. So you see lightning, frost, and dark. You can play around doing like specific element ones. So you can do like a lightning build. You can do a frost build. Dark build, I don't think there's much of a dark build in the board game because of the fact that dark in the board game is based on how many powers you have in play, whereas in the actual like game, original game, dark increases its damage as the turn passes, if I'm remembering correctly. So dark is good. Don't get me wrong. Dark is very nice. But in this one, you just have to rely a lot on powers. So yeah. Do want to also make sure if there's anything. Okay, no, there's nothing. Nothing too bad being shown here. But yeah. Want to make sure if someone have my friends list up so I know what's happening. Okay. They're not on right now. They're not on right now. And good job, Seribot. I don't think you guys saw that, but you got another one. Sometimes bots be happening. I don't know what like YouTube is like when streaming on YouTube, because I don't think I've ever streamed on YouTube before. But with Twitch, sometimes you get bots be like, hey, you want some viewers? You can get these at these random site, which is a probably very 99% scam. Even if it's a 1%, it's still bad to do that. Okay. Because view botting is not a thing that Twitch tolerates, so don't do it. If someone says you want viewers, slap them and then get them out of here. But yeah. Anyway, what else do I want to say? Oh yeah, Watcher. We didn't talk about Watcher. Oh wait, no. There's another playstyle with defect is 0 cost cards. There, because no, not this one. There are some cards that cost 0. So for example, like Turbo, Hologram is a good card to help with it. Where is it? Scrape deals with 0 cost cards. Let's see what else. Trying to see if there's a Go for the Eyes. I believe reprogram costs 0 if you upgrade, so potentially a claw. The claw build basically. Beam cell is not a 0 cost anymore. Steam barrier, FTL. Oh, this actually if this is the first card you play, this to draw a card. Dang, they nerfed this one real hard. But recursion can be upgraded to be 0 cost. But yeah, you got some other like specific stuff like frost build, like with can deal 2 AOE damage for each frost orb you have, which is very nice. This tempest channel a lot of lightning based on your energy. But yeah, streamline could cost 0. Actually, streamline is different from the original. Original game, I believe it costs less energy every time you play it, instead of costing less for every power you have. I assume okay, I would assume the reason is because you this is an uncommon card, so obviously you're not going to have multiple streamlines. But you're not. It's like they don't want cards to remember things. Like if because it'd be weird if a card has a memory, like in a physical format, whereas in a game, each card can have a memory. It's like, oh, you've played Streamline at least once before, so it's fine. But in an actual physical thing, I don't think people expect others to. I don't think the devs expect people to remember. Oh, dang, you played Streamline only once, so it costs 1, right? You're not gonna remember that, so that's why Streamline is now been streamlined. Yeah, get it? Cause yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it costs 1 less for each power because defects also playstyle is also kind of like power centric as well because there's quite a bit of powers that are nice. Consume is a power. Let's see what else is a power. It's a skill. Loop, heat sinks, machine learning, fusion. Oh wait, that's it. And then I guess we have a lot of powers here. Static discharge, defrag. Oh, defrag is very nice. Buffer, echo form, electrodynamics. Amplify, which is only affects dark orbs now. I forget what amplify does in the original. This turn, your next power card is played twice. Oh, but now it's a power, and it makes dark orbs do 5 more damage. So it's a power that basically gives dark 6 damage. So if you want to play with dark a whole lot, then amplify is very nice for that. Unfortunately, dark doesn't like do anything at end of turn, so dark is a very like active kind of play style. But yeah, Seek is freaking huge. This is upgraded, of course, but you know. So Amplify upgrade is 6 extra damage for Dark because Amplify itself is a power, so it gives +1 to Dark, and then it gives +5 to Dark itself. So that's 6 from just this card alone. But again, you gotta remember that you have to play the card and all that jazz. You gotta evoke the Dark and all that jazz. So yeah. Yeah. And then Watcher, as you can see in the bottom right, you see like the 3 stances: Calm, Neutral, Wrath. Watcher likes to play around the stances. You also have this like these prayer hands at the, like you see in the middle there, start of combat. You see the hands, the prayer hands. This is a miracle, which basically lets you use it. Like you store these like prayer hands, and you can use them to give yourself more energy. You can get more of these through cards, but yeah, with you start combat with one of these, so you can just get one of those. It's great. Wrath just does a lot of damage. I will say that Wrath in the board game versus the actual game, the original, is way different. Wrath in the board game, as you can see here, +1 to your red sword. The red sword just means it's like an attack that you just use to hit. But you take 1 damage at the end of your turn. Whereas in the original game, Wrath makes you deal double damage. It doubles your damage, but you take double damage. So that's the trade off with Wrath in the original versus this game. I understand why they did that though in here, because one, taking double damage is freaking ridiculous here, and two, it's way more punishing. But yeah, it's just way more punishing. And if the original were to be translated here, like 1 for 1, that would I feel like it would make Watcher a whole lot worse. Although I would say that it is actually like really good. Oh wait, no, it would also make it busted with like vulnerable as well, because vulnerable in the board game doubles damage of the next attack, but it takes away the vulnerable. Whereas in the original game, vulnerable increases the damage that the person takes by 50%, but it stays there for the whole turn. And after the turn ends, then they lose 1 vulnerable. A vulnerable can stack in Slay the Spire. So I mean, yeah, they both stack. They stack in both games, but every time you attack with a character in here, they would lose a vulnerable stack. If they had 3, then after 3 attacks, it's all gone. Whereas in the original game, if you have 3 vulnerable, they would keep the vulnerable for 3 turns, or they would have vulnerable for 3 turns. Every turn, it'll get rid of a vulnerable. Increasing the stack just increases the duration. It doesn't really increase the damage, so you can't just have like 5 vulnerable in the original game and you'll do 250% more damage. No, that's not how that works. But increasing the duration of vulnerable is very nice in the original, just because doing lots of damage is great. Also, yeah, it's giving me warnings because I'm messing with things. But yeah. Still trying to see. Is it 743? All right. We'll see. If nothing happens, if the person who I know is wanting to join ends up not joining, because I told them if they don't join by the first hour of stream, then I'll continue doing. I'll just continue playing the game on my own. And fortunately, I know how to play the game, so I can just do it myself. But because I'm streaming, of course, I'm going to be explaining to you all how to play the game. And yeah, fortunately, I am using a tabletop simulator thing that kind of automates things for the most part, or like quite a bit of things. So yeah. But there's also something that I wanted to talk about. What was it? Oh yeah, Watcher has some other playstyles too. There's also cards that play based off of how much of the miracles you have. So I actually am doing a save where I'm playing as all 4 of them. Like I'm controlling all 4 characters at once. Crazy, I know, but I live for this. But and that build has only 12 cards. But it has Brilliance, which deals 3 damage for each miracle you have. I have Deva form, which is over here right next to it, which gives me I have both of them upgraded. Okay, this one's not upgraded, but this one is upgraded. I have, so at the start of the turn I would get 2 miracles at the start of my turns. I have collect, which is upgraded, by the way. 3 is gonna be 3 miracles to just start with. So if I get this early in the watcher's hands, really good. It's getting a lot of miracles. It's also, you can also use like miracles as energy itself, so it's also really good for just for that alone. But yeah, and then I guess I have tranquility if I need to go to calm, and then I have reach heaven. Okay, this is the card that I have. So yeah, reach heaven. Which allows me to get more damage for each miracle I have. So, reach heaven, if I have 5 miracles, would do 12 damage. Yeah, 12 damage. And if we're in Wrath, it would deal 13 damage. Because Wrath increases the number of the red sword by 1. So it would be 3 damage, and then plus 2 for each miracle you have, which if we had 5, it'd be 10. That doesn't change. That doesn't change. So, yeah. It is obviously worse than Brilliance if I have all 5 of miracles, because 3 times 5 is 15. Also, if I'm in Wrath with Brilliance, then I would do an extra damage. Actually, I don't have this upgraded, so it would just do 15, like it says right here. But if I had it upgraded and I'm in Wrath, I would do 20 damage, because I would deal 4 damage, because 3, and then you plus 1 with Wrath, which would be 4, for each miracle I have. So 4 times 5 would be 20. So I'd be doing 20 damage. And if I get vulnerable, and I believe my Ironclad and my Defect does have cards that get vulnerable, I could potentially do 40 damage with Brilliance. So yeah, it's very nice. And if I have Blasphemy, which I don't have Blasphemy, but it's nice. Then I could just play this like a lot of times. It's very good. But I don't have that. Start of turn. Place a cube, gain a miracle, and draw a card. If there are 4 cubes, then you exhaust this card. Oh, that's nice. Okay. But yeah, checking everything. Okay, 10-ish minutes for the person to join. I mean, I'm gonna give them enough leeway, of course, because like if they join a minute late, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you joined. I'm sorry, sir, but you have joined a minute late, or I'm sorry, person. Just, I'm not gonna assume the person's gender, you know. I'm sorry, but it seems that you are 1 minute late to the party. I'm afraid that you cannot be a part of this anymore, and therefore I will play the game by my... No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Okay? But, yeah. That's the characters. And then for each act, you can get these things over here. You see in the right here, next to the right below the guy sitting down. We have like regular enemies. We have elite enemies, which are basically hard enemies. An event, which could be something random. A merchant, which is actually the thing sitting down over there. That's the merchant. Which you can buy stuff, obviously. That's what a merchant does. Treasure, which gives you a relic, which can give you buffs and stuff depending on what they do. And campfire, which lets you heal up or upgrade a card. It is a roguelike game, so I'm going to say right now, healing is valuable if you really need it. But otherwise, it's probably better to make your deck better. So I'm a big fan of just smithing everything. if I have to heal and I'm like that low, or I have relics that help me do more things if I rest. So for example, there is a thing called a peace pipe, which when you rest, you get to remove a card from your deck. So if you need to remove a card and you can heal 3, it's better to just rest because you're healing 3 and you're removing a card from your deck, which is huge because thinning out your deck is huge. It is something you want to do as you continue playing the game, because making your deck smaller means you can more consistently draw your good cards, right? Because your starter deck will consist of like strike, defend, and whatever random other skill that your class is. So Ironclad would have a bash. It's like 5 strikes, 4 defends, and a bash. Silent would be 5 strikes, 5 defends, a survivor, and a neutralize, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be absolutely wrong. Yeah, 5 strikes, 5 defense, neutralize, survivor. Neutralize is a weaken, and survivor is a better block. Watcher is 4 strikes, 4 defense, eruption, which gives you which is a better attack. It also gives you wrath, and then a vigilance, which is a better defend, which gives you 2 defend or 2 block, and it gives you calm. Defect has, I believe, also 4 strikes and 4 defense. Could be wrong. And then it has Zap, which gives you lightning, like you can channel lightning for the orbs. Air and dual cast, which lets you evoke an orb twice. So if you channel or if you evoke lightning twice, it would deal 4 damage. Excuse me. If you evoke dark twice, you would do 3 damage twice, and then plus 3 plus however many powers you have in play twice, and then the frost would give you a block. I'm gonna say right now, I know 1 block seems like not so good at frost, but don't underestimate block or frost, because frost is I tend to really like playing frost in a defect build, so it's nice. It's nice. But yeah, I do also, because we still have time before we're waiting on the other person. I do want to talk about the thing that I've been saying before, where I said I'm addicted to this dang board game now. Because there are some balance changes that I think I do agree with as well. Like for example, Headbutt in the board game is now an uncommon card. And what Headbutt? Okay, in the original game, it is a common card. And this is what Headbutt does. Okay, it's 2 damage. Okay, compared to a strike does 1 damage. So there's obviously a strike plus card, right? But you put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. That does the same thing in the actual original game too. And if you think this is a common card, like in the original game, like you see this as a common card, that's like really nice. Like it helps a lot with cycling like cards that you really want to use. So I really like Headbutt. But yeah, now it's an uncommon card, so you only get 1 copy of Headbutt, period, as Ironclad. So unlike I'm trying to remember, unlike in the original, I believe the max copies you can get for a common card is 2 in the board game, and then for uncommons and rares you can only get 1. And then for rares, it's also more uncommon to get because you have to get the golden ticket in order to even get a chance at getting a a rare unless you get a rare reward, rare reward, which in that case you can get the rare cards, but generally that's only at the end of the act because you generally get those when you kill the act boss. But yeah, I am a big fan of this game, and I'm such a big fan, and I'm so addicted to the game that I even started doing some theory crafting. If you saw on Twitter, I tweeted about it. I screenshotted my Notepad Plus, and I have I'm making some common cards and uncommon cards, rare cards, and like a starting deck for my own custom character. I can't name myself the Guardian because there's already a Guardian in the game, so I can't really do that. I'd be stealing someone else's thunder, and I'm not gonna do that. So if I were to put myself in the game, I'd probably call myself the Enigmatic. For those who don't know, I know I'm the Slay the Spire Guardian right now, but if I were to go back to my original form, or I should just go to use the where's that where's it? Where is it? Where is okay, there it is. I would this. I know I look like just a guy in a hoodie, but that's the point. Because I try to confuse you all, make you think that I'm just a regular guy in a hoodie. I'm also a guardian, I'm a part of the Guardians, which is a secret society. If we're talking about lore now, I'm a part of secret organization meant to protect the world from anything that seems world ending. Also, I do realize that I have my my speakers still on, so I'm gonna turn it off real quick. I'm gonna mute my mic. Okay, turn off my mic, or not my mic, my speakers. But yeah, uh, and I'm a guy in a hoodie. I look like a guy in a hoodie specifically because I want to be secretive about it. I call myself an enigmatic incognito guardian because I tend to be confusing to people for whatever strange reason, and number two because I like to theory craft, and with incognito, guy in hoodie I think is a pretty incognito looking dude, so but yeah. Anyway, uh, let me see. Okay, I see him. I see the person on. I am gonna be right back because I suddenly feel the need to go to the bathroom, even though I went an hour ago. So I will be right back. Let me put the words up. Actually, in fact, I don't need to put the words up. I'm gonna go to the BRB screen actually. Also, I see the ads are also showing up, so good time to do it. Oh, I clicked the button. Is Touch Portal being weird? Probably. Oh no. Oh no, I clicked the wrong button. Okay, no. No, I'm just an idiot. I'm just picking the wrong button. I am an idiot. Oonga boonga, me go 69. Okay, that's definitely gonna take it out of context. Wait. Command. Clip that.
Good job! Like, if you like that the samurai hairstyle is just you putting like a wig.
My taint.
What
Yeah,
the
that's-
fuck?
It
Yeah,
just came out of nowhere.
That's why I put my leg up. Look at my taint. That was so late. That was a late
That was
punchline.
That was so out of pocket. What the fuck was that? Kill the enemy. My taint.
I was about to say something.
Die, Rico.
Okay.
Even Rico is amazed by the fact you're so strong.
I heard you wanted to go back to the castle. Maybe I'll give you some angel.
Alright, to land.
I am back, but I want to see if the ad scheduling thingy or whatever doesn't do another ad again. Because for whatever reason, sometimes when I start ads manually, the actual scheduled ads still don't do it right. So I'm gonna see if the schedule ads are gonna show up again,
Hey, you
and
have
if it
consent. You have
shows up
consent.
again,
I have consent.
then screw
I
you
don't
in particular,
have to
Twitch.
oblige to the consent.
Wait a minute.
Nah, the clip. How dare! I want to see the filler climax.
Wait.
How dare you not let me see the filler climax?
Anyway,
okay, but I'll okay.
let me.
I know. Okay, this clip though. This clip. Okay. Also, I forgot that I need to get rid of that freaking thing. Where is that? Where's that text? I'll get that out of here. I'm not self-caring until that time. Okay, we're fine. But yeah, I do want to check to see if we're still getting more ads right after this, and if yes,
yes.
actually, I don't think it matters right now.
Let me spit myself.
Let's just keep going.
Oh wait, no, I need
And in before we get ads again, because screw Kyo in particular. But yeah. It is around 8 o'clock. So I am still gonna give that person more time, because I do see them on. So I'm gonna continue yapping, because I was mentioning that I wanted to continue yapping about about my custom Slay the Spire characters that I'm trying to make. So with my custom character, I'm trying to make a character that makes unplayable cards useful. So okay. For those of you who don't know, there are some cards that are like kind of like unplayable. So let's go to the Silent, because I know Silent has 2 of them. Is it like Tactician? Yeah. So with Tactician, like, when you discard this card, you gain 3 energy and you exhaust, right? I believe there's also Reflex. Yeah. If this card is discarded by a card's effect, you get to draw 3 cards. So also, unlike the game, the actual game, you are able to draw or to have more than 10 cards in your hand. There is no card limit, hand size. There's no hand size limit, so you can have as many cards as you want. So yeah, it's great. But what else would I want to talk about? But yeah, the playstyle that I want my character to have is that I have like these kinds of cards. So my starting deck actually, it does have strikes and defense, but these strikes and defense are actually not playable. Instead, if the card is discarded during my turn, you would do the strike and defend, right? Which is the one attack and then one defend, one block, right? So I have a starting card called I'll call it Impulse for now, but I probably may change the name. I don't know. Which is a 1-cost attack. Which, by the way, the strikes and defense that would be in my starting deck would not cost anything. They're unplayable. But so it's an attack. So the Impulse is an attack that costs 1, but it can be either 1 damage or 1 block, and it lets you and it discards a card. So if you have an Impulse and you use Impulse to, let's say, attack, for example, for 1 damage, and then you discard a card. Let's say you discard a strike. So you discard the strike, and the effect of my unique unplayable strike happens. So it does another 1 damage. And yeah. That's kind of how you would play like the starting deck. Is you would discard the unplayable cards, which is the strikes and defense, and yeah. And I do have another card as well that's a 2-cost, but I'm not going to go over that one. Now if you're wondering, but KO, if you have unplayable cards and it's going to be all in your hand, what if you have all unplayable cards, and what will you do? Well, glad that you asked. Random thought in my head. So my character actually starts with a relic, or like every character starts with a relic, right? So we go for Ironclad, for example. So Ironclad heals 1 HP at the end of every combat. Silent gets 2 cards, gets to draw 2 cards at the start of every combat. Defect channels a lightning, and Watcher gets a miracle, which is basically extra energy for the combat, right? My starting relic would be once per turn. If all of my cards in my hand are unplayable, they become playable for that turn. It can only happen once per turn though, so yeah. So it's like a triggerable thing, like once per turn, if all of the cards in your hand are unplayable. So you would probably have like a marker, like a little cube here. It will denote like, oh, have you used this relic this turn? No? Then don't put the cube in. Or have the cube up there. If you did, put the cube out. Or something. Or vice versa. And then each character also does have a unique, I would say quote unquote upgraded relic. Also, people talking loudly, I'm a mute. I have visitors. I'm gonna have to be right back. I already took balls.
Yeah, but then you're gonna lose it.
That's
you
fine.
realize that ball has been probably touched by all of us at this point.
Yeah, but that's not an issue, I guess.
Yeah,
That's kind of weird to mention it.
Ball.
You know what?
Now that you mention it.
I don't. Yeah, I don't feel that Nanaton touched the ball.
Yeah, but you
here.
see, Steph, it's because it's our ball.
Anyway, I'm gonna groan as this. And put put it here. I'm gonna fight balls again.
Is that what they call the cock and ball torture?
Yes.
That?
God, I'm so goddamn immature. Holy
Oonga boonga, me go 69. Okay, that's definitely gonna take it out of context. Wait. Command. Clip that. As a kid, I'm gonna be honest. As like a kid slash teenager, I definitely was the type of guy who wanted to be involved in adult things. Not adult things as in adult things, but adult things as in like bills and all that fun, not so fun jazz. I was about to say, yeah, fun jazz. Yeah,
think everything's fine.
Paying bills is so
I'ma
fun.
check.
Did you guys know that
they're more quiet,
it brings so much
so hold on.
dopamine in my brain? Wait, hold on.
Don't forget to let your friends in on the action.
Don't forget let your friends in on the action.
Never
I see
mind, they
now,
are
bro.
still
But,
there.
that
I'll wait
count
till they
as
get longer.
pressing the wrong buttons. It does
I was
not
like,
count.
all right,
towards
all right,
this.
Chad. If you caught that in a quick second, you can.
Fine. Command. Clip that. All right.
But I know you're going to say but, right?
You're gonna talk about ass? Why not? Are you staring at my ass? Yeah. Yeah, show. Are you staring at my
I will
ass?
say, okay. Worst case
sorry.
scenario,
I'm sorry.
if we don't end up playing the game that much, this might just end up being a tutorial on how to play the game. Because I know there's probably quite a bit of people who don't even know that the board game even exists. Oh my goodness, loud noises.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
What a perfect timing for that Knuckles. Oh no. Leave the Astana system. Oh no. Perfect. Alright, it's okay. Just let it all out.
Well, fork me. You must be that stellar.
Oh damn, I forgot I had that meme.
Can't wait to see it.
Man, I'm sad because I'm not being productive. Then starts being productive. But yeah, so hold on, stop visitors. But hello, welcome on in.
Hey, you have consent. You have consent.
I have consent, but
Still
I
have to
don't
make sure
have to
no one's
oblige
being
to
too loud.
consent.
Still.
Wait a minute.
Oh no!
No, I don't
Oh,
want to
no.
move. I
Oh,
want
no.
to drink the panacea.
Nah, you should totally not drink it. You know
And
what?
then I
get
should
a
move.
1 to prove my point.
Meanwhile, you
Clip that. Somebody clip that
Oh,
right
one.
now. Clip this right now.
Oh my god!
Well, I'm testing
Yeah.
fate. Why not?
You will understand why I am crazy for fire. I can't. Too happy. See, I told you. At the start of the stream, I was like, if you are super happy, you might need to seek therapy, okay? Alright, I think I need therapy. Oh my goodness. How many clips am I just gonna get of myself just being like, yeah, I'm so happy. I'm extremely happy. I know I don't sound like it. I know some people will
Okay.
be like out of context.
The
"Why- this
visitors
guy doesn't
are
sound
gone.
happy." No, I'm very happy. In fact, I'm elated.
But that's the
Okay.
reason my mom's being loud-ish. It's not actually because of the visitors. It's because she was in a phone call.
This is how I'm happy. Right.
Anyway.
The Dokapon Castle is just straight up better.
I
than
think
the
I'm
temple.
still fine for the time being. Let me check this
Counter.
DM. Oh, it's not even a DM. It's just
He
it's just a
counter.
notif. Okay, never mind.
I guess he's trying to give
Never
Kyo a
mind.
chance.
Rico
Oh yeah.
Jr. twice.
Yeah, we go back.
All right.
It is 8:15, but I'm still gonna give this person time because I still want to yap about my theory crafting. Let me yap about my theory crafting. Anyway, ignore what you just heard just now. Anyway, so yeah, my personal relic, starting relic. Oh, I know. I already talked about the starting relic. What I want to talk about was the there's upgraded relics. So you can see here, like, yeah, these are like the starting relics, right? Like it's called Burning Blood. It's not gonna say it here, but that's Burning Blood. This is I forgot, this Snake Ring, Cracked Core, and Holy Water. I forget, but yeah, those are like starting relics. But there's also like the upgraded quote unquote relics. We're not gonna actually take these. I'm just gonna show them off. Oh no, Holy Water's here. Okay, Holy Water's the upgraded version of this water here for Watcher's thing. So you get 2 cubes, and when you remove a cube, you gain energy, right? Basically the exact same thing as this, except it's 2, right? So yeah. Obviously, it is not the same as a miracle because they did change it to be like character agnostic. For those who know what agnostic means like it doesn't matter. It's like it's anything is irrelevant. Everything else is irrelevant. It's like universal, I should say. Or I should say unaffected by other things, right? So if it was like add 2 or start of combat 2 miracles, then it would be pretty Watcher exclusive. But because they did this, and because they allowed everyone to be able to take these, that's why it's like that, instead of you get 2 miracles, because miracles is a Watcher specific mechanic. So they didn't want other people to be like, oh man, I'm gonna get miracles, right? And if you do get miracles and you have a Watcher in your party, then you're kind of taking away Watcher's miracle limit, because in the board game you can only have a maximum of 5 miracles. So if someone else were to have like 2 miracles, then Watcher would be out of luck, because I know it's a tabletop sim and you can technically like dupe stuff, but in the physical board game you're not able to do that for obvious reasons, because you are not God. You cannot just randomly duplicate a token. But yeah, that's why it's 2 cubes and each cube gives you an energy. And then we have Frozen Core, which gives you a block, which is a block because normally it would give you a frost instead of a block. So a frost orb is basically blocked, so that's why Frozen Core is like this. Then you have Black Blood, which is literally the exact same thing as Ironclads, except it's +2 instead of +1. So yeah, so if this is on Ironclad, you get both of these instead of just one of those. It's huge, right? So you have to worry about HP a whole lot less with Ironclad if you get both this and just play Ironclad. And then you have the Ring of the Serpent. You have to draw a card at every turn, as opposed to drawing 2 cards at the start of combat. And yeah, those are the enhanced quote unquote relics like for each character. So my like quote unquote enhanced relic that would be character agnostic would be once per turn. All unplayable cards currently in your hand become playable for this turn. Curses and statuses are exhausted when played. I will be honest, this is not very useful for most people, but I'd say, how do I make this relic feel more character agnostic? Because I feel like turning all unplayable cards in your hand, making them playable, doesn't help that many people. Like the only characters that actually have unplayable cards, other than, of course, my own character, would be not Watcher. Like Silent. I think that's it. Silent, and then like I guess if you end up like getting like stuff like the days. I call it days. I don't know its the actual name, but I call it days because I just feel like days. If you get like these status cards, like sure, like Ironclad sometimes gets those. With stuff like where is it? Not Evolve. Wild Strike. Yeah, Wild Strike gives you a daze. Power Through gives you daze. Immolate gives you daze. Normally it would make you lose health, but daze. What else? Actually, that's it. Surprisingly, that is all. But yeah, like those kinds of stuff. Then yeah, sure, it could be useful, but you're generally not building for that. The only person who can realistically build for like those unplayable status cards is literally Ironclad with Evolve and like other stuff. Even then, it's not that amazing of a build. It's kind of just there to like mitigate status cards. It's like it makes the status cards, like the cards that forces the statuses on you. Like I said, with like Wild Strike or any of those cards of Power Through, or any enemies that just gives it to you. Then yeah. But no one else really like does that, so it really helps Ironclad. So I had to theorize something else on making the obtainable relic better. What can I do to make what would be an obtainable relic that feels like it would work for everyone, but also myself? Because like I said before, my character's playstyle would be more like turning unplayable cards into actual good cards. So maybe all cards that. Ooh, what if you not gain energy, but what if you have cards that are in your hand that you don't use? Like when you discard at the end of turn, you can use them. Or once like at the end of the turn, a card that is in your hand, that's still in your hand, can be used. Of cost one, like of cost 1 or less. And if you have extra energy, if you have leftover energy, you can use you can use that leftover energy to do extra. So let's say, for example, I have Bash. Let's say I'm Ironclad and I have Bash, but I didn't want to use Bash, and I have 1 leftover energy and I can't really use any other card. And I have Bash. With the obtainable relic, at the end of the turn, I would be able to use Bash because I have 1 leftover energy. And then I can with the relic itself, I can play a card cost 1 plus up to cost 1 plus the leftover energy. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and Bash is 2, so I use Bash. Right? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that might be good. There's basically like 1 free energy, in a sense. So that actually might be really good. That might be really good. That might be busted. But you can only use 1 card. So you can't just use like Well, for example, uh, let's see. Oh wait, but it can combo into. Actually, no, it can combo into. So let's say you use a card. Let's say you're silent, and then you have like a card that lets you discard. So let's say you have Survivor, and you discard a card that's like Tactician, and you get energy. Wait, actually, kind of goated. Not gonna lie. Wait, hold up. Kind of nice. Now that I'm thinking about it, feels kind of nice. And then you get energy. Perhaps. I think that's actually really. I think that's broken. Wait, hold on. I mean, boss fights are generally like pretty busted. So. But we do want to note that like the energy gaining cards do have a risk. So with Ectoplasm, you can't gain gold. Curse Key gives you 2 curses. Fusion Hammer prevents you from smithing. Coffee Drip prevents you from resting. Sozu prevents you from gaining potions. Mark of Pain makes your HP basically stuck at 6, right? So yeah. Sorry, I was also doing a little stretch. And then my thing was basically saying, oh, you could use that. You can use energy. I don't know. You basically use an extra card that you didn't use at cost of 1 or less, which, I don't know, is basically free energy. So I don't think I should do that. So instead, we have to think of something else. Retain a card. At the end of your turn, you can retain a card. I don't think there's a retain a card here. Honestly, yeah, I think I could just, with the obtainable relic would just, yeah. End of turn. Retain 1 card. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, retain a card. I think that's like really good. It doesn't give you energy. It's just you could use a card for later. And I think that's very nice. It's like, oh, you drew this card, but you can't use it right now, but you want to use it later. Retain the card. Yeah, I like that. And I feel like it goes well with how I named the relic. The starting relic is backup plans. So like if all the cards in my hand are unplayable, they become playable. And then the obtainable relic is called contingency plans. So like if you need to keep a specific card for a contingency plan, retain a card. I think that works. Although I do want to see if there's an actual like relic here, like a regular relic that lets you retain a card. Because if that's the case, then they're basically just doing that. Deal 2 damage. Draw a card, gain. Oh, that's pretty good. I remember one of my friends, like he had the courier and he saw this. He can't get gold, so he can't buy it. But I saw it. I know Gremlin Horn like gives you energy when you kill an enemy in the original game, and I was like, oh my god, that's a good relic. It's only like a 4 or 5. Like this is still pretty good, I'd say, even though it doesn't like give you that much energy because it's like it's on a 5, and you got 4 to draw a card. It's definitely not bad. Pen nib on a 5, you get to vulnerable something. That's very nice. I guess it makes sense because pen nib originally basically doubles damage of an attack. So yeah, it makes sense. Also remove a card. Yeah, I like Peace Pipe. Very nice. I I don't see no retain. I do see Golden Knights. Very nice. Once per combat. Nope, I don't see any of that. So yeah, retain a card at the end of your turn. I think that's a very universal ability. Retain up to one card. Actually, maybe it should force you to retain a card. It's like, oh, retain one card. I mean, it's not bad. Like when you retain a card, basically, like if you're shuffling your deck, and let's say you don't have anything good that you want to retain, so you retain a card that you definitely don't want to have. So let's say like a defend. Let's say the next turn the enemy's not doing anything, so you don't want a defend. So you keep the defend because you don't want to draw the defend. Let's say like you only have like defensive cards like in your hand at the time. There's like, oh, so you keep the defense so that when you shuffle your deck again, you don't get any more defense. So you're less likely to get another defend. Maybe. Or just whatever other like random card. That like the most useful bad card, obviously you want to keep. So like survive for silent would be like survivor. Instead of like defend. But yeah. Also want to make sure to see if tabletop. Yeah, tabletop sim. I unmuted it, so yeah. Okay, so I did that. I already talked about my starting deck. I'm not gonna talk about the 2-cost starting card though. But I will say it's basically a defensive card. I guess I can go over the cards that I did reveal on Twitter. So let's start with from the top to the bottom. I'm actually gonna show it. So let me go to my Twitter real quick so I can get the image just real quick. Where did I put it? Why is it not showing here? Oh, maybe I have to refresh the. Okay, refresh. Okay. Open image in new tab. Okay, there we go. Okay, that shows that. Okay, make this a little bit bigger so people can see. Okay. So the common cards start from the top. You have Unrelenting, which is a 0-cost attack that does 1 damage. It's same damage as a strike. And you put this card on top of your draw pile. It looks exactly the same as Anger, right? That's basically the exact same thing as Anger in Ironclad's deck, right? 1 damage, put this card on top of your draw pile. Exactly the same. Except when you upgrade this my version of Anger, you scry 1 before you attack and you do damage. Also, I'm seeing the updating of okay. So one of my friends had problems with OBS and updating it helped. Okay, nice. But yeah, in my version you get to scry 1. For those of you who know what scrying means, you get to look at the top of your deck and you get to actually no, I don't want to say put this card on top of your draw pile then scry 2. Ooh, okay. Question. Thoughts on scrying 2 after attacking? So in case you don't want nah, I think a weakness of Unrelenting should be that it goes on top of your deck. Like it comes back again. But with the upgraded version of Unrelenting, you can check the top of your deck and you could be like, wow, this card is booty, I'm gonna discard it. Or that card's pretty good, let's keep it on top of the deck. And then you put Unrelenting on top of the deck. It does mean that your draw is gonna be slower. It's gonna be like a little slower. I don't want to say a lot slower because one, you don't have to use the card. You don't have to use Unrelenting, right? And two, I mean, you probably will because Unrelenting is 0 cost. But you can scry and you can check, oh man, I want to keep this card for next turn, right? Or I don't want to use this, cycle it out, right? So Unrelenting kind of replace it. Like, you can choose to replace the card you scried with Unrelenting. So it's like, oh, you scried a defend. I don't need a defend next turn. So you get rid of the defend and you replace it with Unrelenting. I kind of like that. I kind of like that quite a bit. It is unfortunately still going to do only 1 damage as opposed to Anger being upgraded, which is going to be 2 damage. Yeah, Anger plus is 2 damage. But yeah. Because I think it's fine to have cards that are similar to other class cards. For example, the Dagger Spray. Yeah, Dagger Spray in a sense is also pretty similar to that's a starting strike. That's the starting deck. To where's the card? Not Whirlwind. Cleave. Right here. So this is an AoE for 2 damage, right? And then I know it's not exactly the same, but like this is 1 damage twice and the other one's 2 damage. And it does make a difference because if you have strength, this one scales more if we take strength into account, of course. And when you upgrade Dagger Spray, it does 1 damage 3 times, whereas Cleave does 3 damage, right? But yeah, there are some differences, of course, but I do like having like some stuff that's like the same, right? Like it's like with the strikes in this game, actually, in the board game, because actually I learned that defect, when you upgrade a strike with defect, it changes the cost to 0. I don't know if... Wait, let me check. Strike. Defect. Strike plus... No, okay. Strike in the other game, in the original game, was all the same. It's just 6 damage strike, and then you upgrade it to 9. In the board game, most everyone, when you upgrade a strike, it does 2 damage. As opposed to, yes, you can see here, strike plus is 2 damage. Strike plus is 2 damage. Strike plus is 2 damage. Defects is, it changes the cost to 0, but it still does 1 damage. And I kind of like that. So I kind of did like a similar thing with Unrelenting and Anger. So with my Unrelenting card, it scries instead of doing extra damage. So yeah. And the next card is Slash Combo, which is, again, very similar to another card that Ironclad has. It's a 1 cost card that does 1 damage twice. Guess what other card does that? Twin Strike. Yes, Twin Strike. When upgraded, Twin Strike, I believe in the board game, does 2 damage twice, so double the damage twice. Whereas in my thing, the upgrade is 1 damage twice and then 1 damage again to a whole row. So there's this like there's this symbol next to the 1 at the end there. So let me get the cursor up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So you see this like symbol right here, like right next to this 1. That's I used the where is it? Where's the you see like this explosion symbol here? So I use the explosion symbol to denote like this thing, which is basically the definition of like target the whole row and the boss, if there is a boss. An elite is not considered a boss, by the way, for anyone wondering. But yeah. Anyway, and yeah, that's just another like little. This is like an adjusted version of this character's like kind of like card. Like I know 2 of them is literally just ironclad, but you know, I like doing like upgrades there. And then the next card, Invest, is literally a completely new card. It is a power that is unplayable, but if the card is discarded during your turn, you can put it in play, and you can exhaust this card from play to reduce the cost of a card by 1 energy. So let's say, for example, I have slash combo. I guess it is for example. And I have no energy left. I can exhaust the invest that I have in play, assuming I had it in play, and I can reduce the cost of slash combo to 0. That's an example of that. And then in order to like have invest be used or be played, I can use one of my starting cards that let me discard a card. I can just discard invest, and I can put it in play instead of discarding the card. So yeah, very nice. And then with the upgrade, it reduces the need to even do that. So the upgrade basically says when this card is discarded, it can be through any means. It can be from discarding the card during your turn. It can be when you discard your card from your hand at the end of the turn, which is when you discard it. And at the end of every turn, you discard your right here. End of turn effects, and then discard your hand. So when you discard your hand, you're discarding all your cards in your hand. And you have invest in your hand, you discarded it. You're discarding your hand. Invest is being discarded. There you go. You can play invest. But yeah. And then we have the uncommon cards. Of course, these are not going to be all the cards. Literally only 3 cards. We're not going to have just 3 common cards and that's it. That's stupid. But yeah. I'll see if I can make more. We'll see what happens. I am basing it off of the other characters like card count, which is actually all pretty different. So as you can see in the top, it says Silent Watcher, 13 unique common, 2 ticket, and 32 uncommon. Ironclad has 15 unique common cards, 2 tick. Okay, they all have 2 tickets because the golden ticket, and then 28 uncommon, and then Defect has 16 unique common cards, and then 26 uncommon. Right, and each common card has 2 copies. So yeah. All right. That's great. I like making stuff. It's very fun to do. But yeah. And at the uncommon cards, which again, only 1 card. You can only have 1 copy of this card in the board game. So you have Risk Assessment, which is a 1-cost card that gives you 1 block, and Scry 4. And the number does matter, and I'm seeing a little insect on the wall. Let me use it. Territory bug. I know, sorry, but you must die. Okay, anyway. Scry 4. So I'll mention Scry again. When you Scry, you take the number, so 4 in this case. So you check the top 4 cards in your deck, keep them in the same order. You check them, and you choose any of number of them to discard, and you put them back in the same order. So if you see the next 4 cards on the top of your deck are trash, then you can choose to be like, get out of here. I don't need that. And yeah. And then upgraded, it's 0 energy. So free scry. But the issue is that the card itself doesn't do too much for you. It's only 1 block. So that's the downside. I'm going to compare this card to another card because it is literally kind of like a side. It's like a side grade to a specific card that belongs to the Watcher actually. So the Watcher has this thing called Third Eye, which I think is a good card. Is 2 block. Is a block plus that lets you scry 3 cards. And upgraded scry still costs 1, but you got more block and you scry 5. So obviously Third Eye is better. It costs 1, but the overall quality of the card is better because it costs more, obviously. So yeah, it does more block, as 3 times the block as my card, and it scries 1 more. But my card costs 0 when upgraded. So another difference there. Next card. I am giving this person a lot of time. I guess I'm just gonna be yapping about my freaking thing, and then we're gonna end stream there. Is that what we're really doing? Holy. I think that's what we're doing, because I really want to play this game with this person. So if they don't show up, then I'm probably just gonna end stream. Not gonna lie. Let me check actually. What's happening over there? Okay, yeah, but don't worry, I'm not ending right now though. Don't worry. Still have more yapping to do. Don't worry. All right, next card is Indomitable, which is another like kind of side grade to another character. This is a ironclad kind of side grade, except it's called metallicize with ironclad. With ironclads, it's a 1 cost power unupgraded. At the start of the turn, you get 1 block. At the end of the turn, you get 1 block. Whereas Indomitable, you start your turn with 1 block. So at the end of the turn, you get the block, but if you still keep you don't keep the block at the start of the turn, unless Ironclad has Barricade. In that case, sure. But with Indomitable, you get the block at the start of your turn. So you would get the block. So you would keep the block in your next turn. So it does have anti-synergy with stuff like Orichalcum. So if that's an issue, if you are playing my character with Orichalcum and you have Indomitable as a card, it's gonna be a little weird, but I think it's fine. Like sometimes you may need more than 1 block, right? But yeah. The upgrade, I'd say it's probably not as good, but it's kind of a support kind of deal, depending on what you're dealing with. So we have the upgrade. The upgrade for Metallicize in this game, in the board game, is 0 cost. It makes the thing 0 cost. But the upgrade for my card keeps at 1 cost, but you can choose to remove all vulnerable and weak. I know I have the Broken Heart, and then it has a weak. But I'm gonna be real here. There isn't really an emoji or like a symbol that fits the weak symbol, which like the weak symbol is literally a broken sword, right? I can't find anything like that. So if you could find it, if you know an emoji like that, feel free to post it in chat so I know that I can just use it, right? But otherwise, yeah. But yeah, With the upgrade, lets you remove all vulnerable and weak from any player. And yes, I have to specify from any player because this is a potentially a multiplayer game. You can play the board game solo, but you can also play it with other people. So yeah, it's great. Oh yeah, vulnerable is particularly really bad on the actual like players because the play as the player you don't want to take double damage, right? So Indomitable helps a lot with that. But there's not a lot of enemies that do inflict vulnerable or weak on you, at least not to my knowledge. So it's not super useful to upgrade, but you can if you know like what you're fighting. And then the next card is an unplayable power card. And if you discard this card during your turn, it's called 2 Steps Ahead. You get to draw 2 cards and gain an energy at the start of your next turn. And then you exhaust the card from play after the start of your next turn. Or you exhaust. And then the upgrade is pretty huge. Instead of exhausting the card from play, you discard the card. So you lose the power. It's like a skill. But it's for the sake of remembering things, it's a power. Right? So yeah. I like this card. I like it. Like it gives you it gives 2 cards, give you energy, it's very nice. I would say maybe there might be an issue with people remembering, oh man, if I have 2 steps ahead in this next turn, I forgot I had 2 steps ahead. I needed to exhaust the card or something. Maybe you can maybe I might change it so that like you can exhaust this card after you use it. So like you may exhaust this card to draw 2 cards. Exhaust this card from play to draw 2 cards and gain 1 energy. I don't know. Maybe. I think that's like pretty freaking ridiculous though. It isn't uncommon, but still it's pretty ridiculous. Right, so yeah. And then when you like discard and then you discard instead of exhaust, I think it's huge. It's a huge card. And I think it deserves to be huge because it's an uncommon. So, yeah. And then there is one more. Okay, there's technically 2 more because there is another card that I posted in the bottom, like below that one, but I didn't show what it does. So, maybe if you guys are good enough, I will talk about what that last one is supposed to do. But, the one that you can read on the screen, do what you must, is also going to take a mechanic from another character, aka defect. And yeah, so it's called Do What You Must. It's a skill that costs 2 energy, and it lets you evoke 1 dark. But Ko, your character doesn't make orbs. How do you evoke? I don't. Okay, I could just say activate dark or apply evoke effects of dark. I don't know. But basically, what I wanted to do with this card was that it deals damage and then increased damage for every power you have in play. So it would deal. It's basically just do evoking dark, right? That's why I said evoke 1 dark. So that's what this is. And then the upgrade doesn't increase your offense, but it increases your defense, or it allows it to be a defensive card, which gives you block to any player equal to the amount of unblocked damage dealt. So if you have 3 powers and you use this card, you deal 6 damage to an enemy. And if you deal let's say that the enemy had 1 block for whatever reason. So you would give 5 block to someone of your choice. Either a person who has no block left and really needs the block, or yourself if you're playing by yourself. Right? So fun card. I think it's a very thematic card. Sometimes you gotta do things that you're not a fan of, but if it's required, you gotta do it, right? Of course, if you have to fix the repercussions of doing said action, then you know. But yeah, and yeah, that is the cards. That is all like revealed. But yeah, I think you guys are good enough. I'll talk about what that other card is. It says make your own luck. Because I'm feeling a little bit generous today. Make your own luck is another power card, and it costs 1. At the start of your turn, you may exhaust this card while it's in play. So you have to use the power before you can even try to exhaust this card. You can't just use it while it's in your hand or something. So you may exhaust this card while it's in play to set the die result. Yeah, set the die result. So this can mean quite a bit of things, depending on like what you have. So for example, there are some die results, or there's some cards that require die results. There are some relics that require die results. I'm trying to see which I know Defect has not here. Defect has a few here. So for example, go for the eyes. Like if you roll a 1, 2, or 3, you do only 1 damage. But if you do a 4, 5, or 6, then you would also apply weak. Same thing with this, except you need a 1, 2, or 3 to vulnerable. Otherwise, it does jack diddly squat. I think spot weakness is another card. Yeah. Strength to any player if the die is on 1, 2, or 3. We also have some cards. I don't know if if this one has. Yeah, Snecko Eye can also do this as well. So Snecko Eye can draw 2 cards. You roll 1 or 2, 3 or 4, you get an energy. 5 or 6, you get a daze. So yeah. Forget this is the order. Oh no, you draw your 5 cards and then you get it. Okay. So if you get the days, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen until after you draw your cards. So you won't be drawing the days that you just got from Snecko Eye, fortunately. And then with quite a bit of the relics in here, it's gonna be a lot of ones that require die. So 1 Necronomicon. First attack this turn is played twice. That's huge. It's like double tap, except a relic. And you have to roll a 1. But yeah, Dolly's Mirror gets a trigger die relic ability, and the owner gets the effect. Horn Cleat does 1 or 2, you get a block. Deal 1 damage to any row if you roll a 1 or 2. Charon's Ashes lets you exhaust the card to deal 2 damage. Vajra gives you temporary strength. Sundial gives you 2 energy, right? Like, these are good effects. Gaining energy is huge. Vulnerable is huge. Drawing a card's huge, right? Incense Burner, you basically can't lose more than 1 HP. Like, if there's an enemy that's literally doing 20 damage to you and you can't block that, which, I'm gonna be honest, you just can't freaking block freaking 20 damage. It's gonna be pretty hard. Then you don't have to worry about blocking. It's huge, right? It's good. It's good cards. Good stuff. Just being able to set a die result could mean a lot. Like, it could absolutely mean a lot. And if you're playing by yourself, you got a solo bonus here, actually. You get a loaded die. You get 2 extra gold and you get a loaded die, which lets you trigger a die. So if you can just have a 6 and you just trigger another die ability. And if there are other relics that have like a 6, those get triggered as well. So you can also use the 6 to trigger something else from loaded die. So if you're solo, I feel like it's a lot better. At the same time, like if you're playing not solo, you have more relics in play, which will also be really good. So yeah, like regardless of if you're playing solo or not, picking the die result is huge. Like it also is impacted. This also is impacted. It impacts the enemies as well. Like it depends. It makes the enemies do different things. So the fungi beast would not, like if I turn it into a 6, it would not be attacking anymore, and that could mean the difference between someone dying and someone not taking a lot of damage or whatnot. So picking die result is huge. Make your own luck, chat. Okay. If there's any of you here watching or streamers, make your own luck. I think the thing that you just need to know is just make your own luck. And then the upgrade for that custom card is that the power costs 0. So yeah. It's huge. It's huge. Okay. But welcome out, A Junkie. But yeah, that's the last card that I want to talk about. It is 9 o'clock. Man, it is 9 o'clock. I will say that unfortunately, I gave this person a lot of time, but unless this person randomly decides to join now, that would be so freaking random BS. Not BS, but it would be so unfortunate this person joined now, because also, unfortunately, I am about to end stream because I did say I wanted to stream not for too long, because normally when I do 7 p.m. streams, I don't stream. I tend to not stream for too long if I know I'm doing something later, and I feel like I'm gonna be doing something later because I'm seeing certain things IRL wise that imply that things are gonna be happening. So yeah, I had to keep this one short, but I really like talking about Slay the Spire. I love talking about my own custom theory crafted character. I will try to make more cards for myself. Maybe hopefully I could even put it in tabletop, and maybe I can actually play Slay the Spire. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll have someone join. Ooh, who can have who? Wait. I could also make this as a Kiyosekai, so then the 26. I'm thinking of something interesting. On a Saturday and 26. I don't think the homies are gonna be a good candidate for what I want to do here. So, actually, let me check. I remember, excuse me, Sarge told me a schedule for when he's available. Oh, he is available on the 26th. Okay. But I know Sarge is actually interested in playing this board game, so maybe. Depends on what everyone else feels like. I could turn the 26th into Kiyosekai, where I get my friends to play the game. I'll teach them how to play the game, and I'll use my own character potentially. Like maybe for Kiyosekai, that would be so cool. Like I get to play with my friends, and I get to inject myself into the game. How do y'all feel about that? On the 26th for this month's Kiyosekai, we do Slay the Spire. It was a board game. I would have to ask everyone else first if they're even interested in playing the game, because they might not be. Because I know Sarge at the very least is. I don't know about everyone else. I think Steph might be interested because I know she has played roguelikes before, so I think it's definitely something up her alley. 9 out of 10, I think also it may be as well. So hopefully that happens, but yeah. If it happens, I'll tell you, and if it doesn't feel like a thing, then yeah, I play it. Play it. It's on tabletop. Junkie it's on tabletop. Okay, I'm sorry for being so close to the mic, but it's on tabletop. It's on tabletop. You can play it. Go to your Steam Workshop right now, and then go search up Slay the Spire. You will find it immediately. It is such a good game. I love it. I freaking love this game. Mostly because I feel like I'm able to actually like make my own stuff here. Yes, play this game. It's fun. It's fun. It is. There's a lot of differences. Like for example, vulnerable does double the damage that people take, but it only does it for only one attack, and then it's gone. Weak is -1 to damage, and then vulnerable and weak cancel each other out. Strength has a cap because there's limited tokens, and among other things, right? There are some cards that are just not in the game because of how the cards worked in the original game. But yeah, absolutely. If you have not played the tabletop or just physical board game of Slay the Spire, play it. It's so good. It's so good. Like when my friend introduced me to the board game 2 weeks ago, I was in love. Like, I played this, and then the next day, I asked another friend to play with me, and then they played the game. Yeah. Wait, hold up. What? There's a Deep Rock board game? Ha. Interesting. Okay. I see I can rock and stone on tabletop. I'll think about it. I don't know how much certain people want to rock and stone, but maybe I'll consider maybe asking. But for now, I will end it off here because the person that I've been waiting on has not been here. But you know, people get busy, right? Sometimes things just don't happen, so it is what it is. Let me find someone to raid because I want to. For those who don't know, actually, they actually made it so that for whatever reason, or not for whatever reason, they made raid, like viewers from raids also count towards I guess like achieving like affiliate or partner. So I could just like raid someone who like needs it, and that's just like a good way to support other people. That's great. I wasn't cookie, I'd be a willing replacement. Yeah, it is what it is though. Like absolutely feel free to maybe talk with me later if you want to do all that stuff. I do want to break the ice first though, so 100%. If we do end up playing together, I'll do some stuff off stream first because you know, I like to break the ice or just talk with other people beforehand. Who can I raid? That's a good question. Who is playing like a roguelike game? And if not, if I don't see anyone in particular, then I guess I'll raid I raid my friend Kiyosen. Yeah, I guess I'll raid Kiyosen. Cause she's doing live 2D. She's rigging one of my other friends' models, it's Riley. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. I love seeing her have fun, like doing all the wiggling and stuff on live 2D. It's very fun. She definitely has like fun doing it, and I'm glad she's like regained her passion to like stream it live 2D because I think back in the day it was like she had like kind of problems with it, but yeah, links don't work on mobile. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Oh no, but yeah, it's time to raid out. Oh dang it, Dang you, voice control. Okay, let's try this again. It's time to raid out. What the frick? Hey, voice control, what are you doing? Oh, wait, no, I know what happened. I changed the audio input because I felt like it. Okay. Okay. Uno mas. It's time to raid out. There you go. It's because I changed the audio input device. So now it's more clear. Okay. Now I know why I kept it as this. Okay. Anyway, there you go. Thank you all so much for joining me. I know I didn't actually play the game and I just yapped about it, but if you haven't played the board game, I will say right now, play it. This I feel like I've seen a lot of people been saying like it's just better than the actual game. I love the game, also just because of the fact that I can just play with other people. Like, yes, there's a solo mode, but you can play the game with other people. And Slay the Spire is mostly a single player game, like the actual like game, the original. So the fact that I can play with other people is very much a huge breath of fresh air for me. And if you have friends, play with them. And if they like roguelikes and deck builders, they're going to absolutely love this game. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. We're going to be rating to Kiyosen now. And yeah, again, I do apologize that I wasn't actually able to play the game myself and show you guys how fun it is. But trust me, it's fun. Okay, believe. All right, believe in the Slay the Spire Guardian that is telling you that the game is fun. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. And as always, make sure about yourselves and take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful life, everyone. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. And I will be playing Pure Fiction for Star Rail and maybe the minigame event. I don't know how long that event is. Hopefully, it's not going to be too long. But if it is, then oh well. Anyway, take care, everyone. Peace.